This is the Continuity Police, blowing the whistle on a poor job done by the continuity person. In today's program, we look at 10 films that have unforgivable inconsistencies. These continuity people will be brought in front of the judge for sentencing accordingly, based on their crimes. Heat. Hanging around. Up first is this obvious blunder from the movie Heat, where Neil McCulley is chastising Charlene Shaharlis for cheating on her husband at a hotel. Note that all hangers were knocked off the pole, but in between shots, one hanger miraculously reappears, then disappears again. Shameful blunder. Brought before the judge, you are sentenced to 3 hours of non-stop yelling by Vince and Hannah. The Man with the Golden Gun. Reflecting on the camera crew. Next, we visit an exciting fight scene between James Bond and a few thugs in the dressing room of the beautiful Saida from The Man with the Golden Gun. A vanity is bumped during the fight, shifting the mirror to face the film crew for one quick shot. It does happen briefly, but is nonetheless still visible and takes away from the reality of the sequence. Brought before the judge, you are sentenced to be squeezed to death by high-fats sumo wrestler guards. The Untouchables Button. It. Next is another case of back-and-forth changes between cuts, as seen here in The Untouchables. We see Jimmy Malone talking to Elliot Ness, and at first his top button is closed. In the next shot, the button is opened, but coming back to him, the button is clasped again. Shameful. Brought before the judge, you are sentenced to firing squad at the hands of Frank Nitti. Clerks 3, Bad Hair Day. Up next, in this scene, with Dante from Clerks 3, it is obviously a mix of alternate takes used to get the best final result, which is understandable. But what ends up happening is you have Dante's hair changing in every other shot, which is not only obvious, but annoying. Brought before the judge, I sentence you to work at the Quick Stop for the rest of your natural life. The Rambo series, Inconsistent Scars. Throughout the First Blood series, it seems continuity takes a back seat when it comes to Rambo's scars. We see in the first movie that he is scarred on both his back and chest. Badly. As the series continues, the back scars disappear entirely, and the ones on his chest take a new shape with less color. The arm scar he receives in the first movie and the facial scar received in the second film do remain consistent, although the latter is entirely missing in the final film, Last Blood. I guess to make room for new scars. Brought before the judge, you are sentenced to vacation for 6 months in Burma. Wall Street. Limo windows. Here, Wall Street wannabe Bud Fox is being told he doesn't have what it takes to be part of Gordon Gekko's gang. As you can see, the windows of the limo are not tinted, neither the back nor side windows. When Bud Fox exits the limo, the back window and side windows are suddenly tinted. Brought before the judge, you are sentenced to 10 years in prison for insider trading. Die Hard, The Blinking Corpse. Alas, most people remember this flub from Die Hard. As head terrorist Hans Gruber turns the head of deceased terrorist Tony, aka Carl's brother. Out of a reflex to flinch, you can see his open eye close. Not a big deal, but again it is there and it is noticeable. Brought before the judge, you are sentenced to jump off the roof of the Nakatomi building, aka the Fox Plaza building, in Century City, California, with only a fire hose wrapped around your waist. Son of Blob, duplicate Bobbies. In this scene from Son of the Blob, Bobby Hartford and two others are trapped in the DJ booth of the local ice rink, while the Blob is just hanging around outside. Bobby proceeds to talk through a PA system to explain to everyone outside the building what the nature of the monster is. While he is doing this, there are scenes of the Blob from different angles resting on the ice rink. And in this one shot... Wait, what is this? Bobby is not in the DJ booth anymore and is banging the box that conceals the on-off switch to the ice rink. Is this his twin brother coming to save the day? Definitely gives away what's going to happen 5 minutes later in the movie. Brought before the judge, you are sentenced to eat 20 pounds of cherry jello, or until you vomit, whichever happens first. Scent of a woman, booze levels and bottle position. Academy Award winner Al Pacino acts his heart out as a bitter, aging blind man in Scent of a Woman. But had he been able to see through the chute, he'd noticed that the whiskey bottle and the level of his booze changed between shots. Brought before the judge, you are sentenced to ride with Colonel Slade as he blind drives through the streets of Brooklyn. The Rocky series. Wrapping up this episode of Continuity Blunders is a doozy, in which we focus on the events between Rocky IV and Rocky V. Throughout the fourth film, Rocky's son is about 9 years old. The events of Rocky V pick up literally right after that of Rocky IV, and once he and Adrian and Paulie return home, Rocky's son has dramatically aged about 5 years to now be approximately 14 years old. This is an utterly unforgivable inconsistency. Brought before the judge, you are sentenced to be Rocky's punching bag for Rocky VII. That's all for now. Until next time, just remember, no movie is perfect. But damn it, continuity person, at least do your job right, or you will be brought to justice. I'm Steve L. Greenfield.